Hi there. I'm Aaron White. I'm from Kim Kim, up north of Noosa, so sort of hinterland person. A little bit about my past. In 1999 we moved to our acreage and started up a small business. So my interests were farm forestry, so I worked for the Department of Primary Industries, worked on civil, landscape and construction, and orchard management, and my personal interest was bush food culture. Like a lot of people in Noosa, you're sort of just wandering along, enjoying your environment and lifestyle, and something political happens and gets in your face and actually makes you get up and do something. And it certainly happened to me. There was a 522 hectare development proposed just up the road on good quality agricultural land with high biodiversity values, and so that really kick-started my career in politics. My partner and I spent 2.5, 3 years running a petition against that development, which really taught us the interrelation between how local politics works and how state politics works. Eventually we did win that campaign, but with a few battle scars. So basically since then I've been volunteering and participating in environment, school and community organisations where I've acted in executive roles and particularly done a lot of submission writing for these organisations on planning. So no formal experience, just sort of a bush planner, so to speak. In 2008 I ran in the Sunshine Coast Regional Council elections as an independent, specifically to try and stop an amendment to the Noosa planning scheme that would have opened up the region to really widespread and inappropriate development on farmland and areas of high biodiversity. Since then I've joined the Noosa Residents and Ratepayers Association, where obviously I have a bit of a Tony, which is great, thank you for today. As the Vice President there, now I'm writing submissions. The last one I wrote was for Alanda Point, where we've got an issue where a developer wants to build a jetty from an area of National Park campground, which is completely inappropriate, and that decision's still to be made and is out there. Another issue for the Noosa area at the moment is the possibility of a coal mine at Kerang, where it may seem unfeasible and unlikely, but the bottom line is that there is actually exploration rights there, and the company could actually move on. So I've been talking a lot with the Kerang community on that. Earlier this year, I tabled a petition against the Adani coal mine, where I ran the petition basically on the Sunshine Coast, and we got 3,500 signatures opposing the Adani coal mine. Specifically as part of that petition, I requested that the state government refuse the NAIF funding. So I'll take credit for that, thank you very much. I've also appeared for Noosa Council as a lay witness where the state government was trying to develop a shopping centre up there, and we won that case, which was really encouraging because the council barrister used my submission and statement to speak to on the issue. But yeah, 15 years experience in this game, it leads me to the conclusion that Noosa needs to be represented by a strong, independent candidate with integrity, answerable only to the community and uncompromised by the self-serving party political system. I really think that so many good people get into politics, and I've spent 3 years in a political party myself, and eventually the machine sort of, I don't know, in the end you have to make too many decisions and step back in too many situations where your integrity becomes compromised. So from my opinion, we really need more representatives in government who just speak for the people and not for the parties. Anyway, as Richard said, when you actually talk to people on the ground, cost of living is a massive issue. One issue that came up recently was Mr. Ray Asprey from Unity Water promised that there was the possibility of $100 off average water bills for people. Now that piqued my interest because I thought, well, if they can afford to do that, why aren't they doing it? They paid themselves $130 million profit last year. They paid themselves bonuses. So that sort of thing. It's not just electricity, there's water as well that really should be looked at, as well as a range of other issues. That's just about my time up. Thank you.